right, y'all. Well, welcome to Music Business Monday. We took the last week off. We had a whole bunch of stuff going on. I had a little bit of chest cold, and things happen. That's life. The music business is a business, and things are going on. So we're gonna talk about basically a continuation from last week on how to get started. So the first thing you're gonna need is going to be a sound system. Now, the sound system I highly recommend. They aren't sponsoring me at the moment. Would love it if they did, but the system I recommend is an EV30M. It gives you all kinds of options. You have 6 inputs. You can Bluetooth your phone so that you have that interim music. Just a fantastic system, and it's 1,000 watt, so you're going to be able to cover just about any room that you're getting started in. So definitely worth the money. I think it's about $1,200. Which sounds like a lot, but it pays itself off really, really quick, especially if you're getting some decent shows. If you're playing any more than 6 shows a month, you'll have it paid off in 2 months. So that's my recommendation. It's got its own subwoofer built into it. So that's an Electro Voice EV30M, and that's a portable sound station, basically. Highly recommend it. There's a bunch of other brands. You can go with Bose. They got a compact L1, which is what I started with. Well, that was my second system, which is a 250 watt, had a Fender. There's no shortage of systems out there, but personally, my recommendation is the Eevee. This is known as Mr. Indestructible. You can basically run it over, and for whatever reason, it's still going to give sound. At least that's the rumor. These things have gone through. They've gone through hell, and they've still come out, and people are still singing with them even after they've dropped them, kicked them, thrown them across the room, got angry at a venue owner, and used it as a billy club. So these are very sturdy, very, very solid, but you're going to get a basic sound out of it. So nothing wrong with that, especially in the beginning. You're going to be doing a basic sound. Now, this little bad boy here is the Eevee Electro Voice ND96. This was gifted to me by my radio promoter. He's sponsored by Electro Voice, and this has changed the game. All right, this gets a lot less of that background external sound. The cone is very, very narrow, and that's one of the things that you're going to see is almost kind of like this little snowman here. That's going to be your sound cone. It's going to go around. So it's like the head of a snowman just kind of sits on top, and it kind of bubbles under a little bit too. So a little bit from behind will be picked up on that microphone. A lot of the stuff around the sides and everything are going to be picked up as well. I can go into detail about cardioid and condenser and all that stuff, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're just talking about the basics on how to get started. If you can get started with an Electro Voice ND98, I highly recommend it because these are fantastic, and you don't get a whole lot of ambient sound that's going on around the outside. Basically, what you want to come through that microphone is what's coming through. You're also going to need an instrument cable. If you play keyboard, if you play guitar, whatever it is, it's going to be a 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch. And basically, this is just going to be your instrument cable to get you into that sound system that you're using. You're going to need XLRs because I still have yet to find a microphone that runs off of an instrument cable. So you're going to need the XLR cable, which plugs into the back of your microphone, and then it plugs the other end's going to go into your sound system, and you're going to need those. I recommend 25 feet because in the beginning you're not going to be traveling across big stages. That's just the absolute basics. If you have grounding issues, if you have really weak cables, you may need to get yourself a DI box. If your sound system doesn't have an instrument in port, then you are going to need to have one of these anyway, because you're going to have to put your instrument cable into the DI box, which is a direct interface box, and then it'll come out as an XLR. So in that situation, you're going to need 2 XLRs, one for your microphone and one for your guitar or keyboard or whatever instrument you're playing. Now, I use a tablet for the sole reason that there's so many songs that people request that I just don't memorize the chords to, because they come up as requests, and we get in there and I don't want to say no to somebody, right? They're gonna tip $5, $10, $20. I'm gonna make sure I have that sound available. But you're going to want to have a tablet holder if you're going to use a tablet. I recommend getting a good solid tablet holder that's going to fit that tablet and that you're not going to have to jury rig. I've seen that happen before where people have used duct tape to hold their tablet onto their tablet holder. That's not a good look for you. You're trying to be a professional. So get yourself some good quality stuff. I also recommend this butterfly pedal. This is a page turner. It allows me to just step on the pedal and that will turn the page. So if, let's say for instance, you have a song that's got 3-4 verses to it, plus choruses, you're gonna wanna be able to not have to use your finger to scroll. So this allows me to step. Matter of fact, I can bring that up and show you since we're looking at it. All right, so you turn that bad boy on and then I can step and it's gonna let me scroll up or down. And then when I get to the end, as we're going to the next song, I step again and it just takes me over to the next one. If for some reason I step and go too far, then I can step back and it'll take me back to the beginning of the song from before. So, if you have not memorized 5 hours of music, like we talked about in our previous episode, you're probably gonna wanna get yourself a tablet. That way you have some chords and some lyrics and everything to go by. And then, maybe not the most important piece, but sometimes it feels like it, you want your drink holder, just so you don't have to be sitting there trying to find some other piece of furniture to be setting up next to your mic stand, so that you can hold your drink, because for some reason, when you're drinking with the crowd, they tend to tip more. That's just the way it is. Drink whatever it is you're drinking, but if it looks more like alcohol, then they tend to tip a little bit more for you. So I think that's what we got for this week. Just a few things that you need when you're getting started. You need a microphone, instrument cable, microphone cable, possibly a DI box depending on what kind of sound system you're using, your PA. That PA is going to be your option. I recommend the EV30M, the Electro Voice EV30M. And if you're going to be using a tablet, get yourself a page turner. Just makes you look a little bit more professional when you can go from song to song without having to sit there and scroll with your finger. Little tablet holder, and you should be good to go. Like that's pretty. Oh, get yourself some extension cords and some power strips. There's never a shortage. Now, you guys know Thomas because he does Tech Tip Tuesday, and he'll be on tomorrow. But one thing that I do not let Thomas do anymore, Thomas is not allowed to bring bright yellow extension cords up on my stage. I love him to death. He can do it on his own stages, but I want everything to be a show, and for that reason, I want everything to be symmetrical. So for me, I get black extension cords because most of the stages, those black extension cords blend in. Before you go out and start buying a bunch of orange extension cords from Home Depot, think about what it is you want people to see from the stage. And remember, everything you do is being judged because you're an entertainer, you're a performer, and you're an artist. So remember, treat your dreams like a hobby. They're just going to be dreams.
All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. All I need is whiskey.